The 100th birthday of the late former Prime Minister Sir John Compton was commemorated on April 29th, with many paying tribute to his legacy. However, the opposition United Workers' Party (UWP) hosted a tribute near his statue in Constitution Park that drew widespread criticism, particularly due to the absence of Sir John's family members. Janine Compton Antoine, Sir John's daughter, publicly confirmed that no family members had been invited or informed about the tribute by the UWP. Deputy Prime Minister Honorable Hilaire voiced his opinions, stating that the UWP's actions expose underlying hypocrisy in their political conduct.
I mean, how could you, in all sincerity, how can you genuinely convince anybody in St. Lucia that you care about Sir John and his memory and that you want to hold his national recognition of him on the occasion of his, what would have been his 100th birthday, but not invite the family and not even inform them? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Hilaire pointed out that the UWP had previously failed to recognize Sir John when they were in government, further illustrating what he described as their duplicity. Janine Compton Antoine also shared her perspective, asserting that the UWP no longer adheres to her father's principles, which once guided the party's values. Her comments reinforced the perception of a departure from Sir John's legacy.
I do think that the people continue to, those persons who worked with my father continue to reach out and check on my mother and talk to her and those sort of things. But in the case of the leadership of the United Workers' Party, there wasn't a courtesy call to my mother on that day or before.
While Hilaire clarified that he does not fully agree with all of Sir John's ideals and prefers not to involve himself too deeply in the party's ideological direction, he emphasized that especially with the confirmation from Sir John's daughter, it is clear the UWP has drifted away from his principles.
But if he's the leader of your party and he inspires you every day, you know, we are inspired by Sir George Charles. We are. And you know, there's no doubt in our mind where we get our philosophical and ideological compass from. And whereas we live in a more modern time and we have to modernize and make more relevant his thoughts on social, economic, and political development, but he still is our North Star in many ways. So how can you speak of, you know, Sir John and approach it with such disrespect for the family?
Minister Hilaire stated that this issue now rests with the UWP to address. However, he stressed the importance of national unity across party lines in honoring historic leaders like Sir John, George Charles, and George Mallet. He underscored that the country faces a significant challenge in maintaining the integrity of such tributes and ensuring they reflect genuine respect and recognition. Kayla Edward, MBC Prime.